Right now, over 100 million people are having conversations with a machine that doesn't actually understand a single word they're saying. ChatGPT has no idea what happiness feels like, can't picture a sunset, and has never experienced anything at all. Yet it writes poetry, solves coding problems, and gives advice that sometimes feels eerily human. So, what's really happening inside this digital brain? How does a pile of mathematics convince us it's intelligent? Today, I'm going to show you exactly what happens, step by step, from the moment you hit enter to the moment ChatGPT's response appears on your screen. No PhD required, no jargon, just the truth about how this technology actually works. Let's start with a mind-bending truth. ChatGPT is essentially the world's most sophisticated autocomplete. You know how your phone suggests the next word when you're texting? ChatGPT does the same thing, just billions of times better. It predicts the most likely next word, then the next, until it's written an entire response. The magic isn't that it understands you. It's that it's so incredibly good at prediction that understanding becomes almost irrelevant. Here's the first secret. Computers can't read words. They only understand numbers. So the very first thing ChatGPT does is convert your message into numbers. When you type, "What is the capital of France?" ChatGPT doesn't see letters. It sees something like 2061, 318, 262, 3139, 286, 4881. Each chunk of text becomes a number called a token. The word capital might be one token. The word understanding might be split into under and standing, two separate tokens. This tokenization is the gateway between human language and machine processing. Think of tokens like Lego bricks for language. Common words like the or is are single bricks. Longer or rarer words get broken into smaller pieces. The word unbelievable becomes 3 bricks. Un, believe, and able. ChatGPT's vocabulary contains about 50,000 unique tokens, and every piece of text you've ever sent it was built from combinations of these 50,000 building blocks. This is why ChatGPT sometimes struggles with unusual words or names. They get chopped into unexpected pieces. Now here's where it gets beautiful. Each token number gets transformed into something called an embedding, a list of about 12,000 numbers that captures the meaning of that word. Imagine a massive map where every word has a specific location. On this map, king and queen are close together. Dog and puppy are neighbors. Happy and joyful are practically touching. But happy and refrigerator, they're on opposite ends of the map. These embeddings don't just store words, they store relationships, meanings, and context. This is how ChatGPT knows that doctor is more related to hospital than to banana. In 2017, Google researchers invented something called the transformer, and it changed everything. Before transformers, AI had to read text one word at a time, like reading through a keyhole. Transformers can see the entire sentence at once, like seeing the whole page. The T in GPT stands for transformer. This architecture is why ChatGPT can understand that bank means something different in riverbank versus bank account. It sees all the words together and uses their relationships to understand meaning. The secret weapon of transformers is something called attention. When ChatGPT reads your sentence, it asks, which words should I pay attention to when understanding this specific word? Consider the sentence, the animal didn't cross the street because it was too tired. What does it refer to? The animal or the street? You instantly know it's the animal, because streets don't get tired. ChatGPT figures this out the same way by calculating attention scores between every pair of words. High attention score between it and animal. Low attention score between it and street. This happens millions of times across your entire message. Here's what makes ChatGPT's brain so powerful. It doesn't just do this attention calculation once. GPT-4 has over 100 layers, each one refining the understanding further. The first few layers might just recognize basic grammar. Middle layers start grasping meaning and context. Later layers understand nuance, tone, even humor. It's like asking 100 different experts to review your question, each one adding their own insights, until the final layer has an incredibly rich understanding of what you asked. Every calculation ChatGPT makes depends on numbers called parameters. Think of parameters as tiny adjustment knobs. Millions and millions of them. GPT-3 has 125 billion parameters. GPT-4 likely has over a trillion. These parameters were fine-tuned during training to capture patterns in language. Each parameter is a tiny piece of learned knowledge. Some parameters help detect sarcasm. Others know that questions usually deserve answers. Together, they form a distributed memory of language patterns learned from virtually the entire internet. ChatGPT wasn't programmed with knowledge, it learned it. During training, the model read hundreds of billions of words from books, websites, articles, code, and conversations. But here's the clever part. It learned by playing a guessing game. It would see a sentence like, "The cat sat on the," and try to guess the next word. If it guessed mat and the real word was mat, it got rewarded. If it guessed refrigerator, its parameters got adjusted. After trillions of these predictions, the model became incredibly good at understanding language patterns. It learned grammar, facts, reasoning styles, and even cultural references, all from prediction. So what happens when you ask ChatGPT a question? After all those layers process your input, the model outputs a probability for every single token in its vocabulary. It might say, "They has 0.03 probability of being next. Paris has 0.72 probability. Tokyo has 0.08. Banana has 0.001. It then picks a token, usually one of the most probable ones, but with some randomness to keep responses interesting. That token gets added to the sequence and the whole process repeats. Word by word, ChatGPT builds its response through pure statistical prediction. Remember that randomness I mentioned? It's controlled by something called temperature. Low temperature means ChatGPT almost always picks the most probable word, giving you accurate but sometimes boring responses. High temperature means it's more willing to take risks with less probable words, leading to creative but sometimes nonsensical outputs. When you want a factual answer, you want low temperature. When you want a creative story, higher temperature helps. This single dial controls how predictable or wild ChatGPT's responses become. Raw GPT models are impressive but problematic. They might generate toxic content, give dangerous advice, or just ramble without answering your question. This is where RLHF comes in, reinforcement learning from human feedback. Here's how it works. Human trainers compare pairs of ChatGPT responses and pick the better one. This answer was helpful and safe. This one was evasive and weird. These preferences train a separate reward model that learns what humans consider good responses. ChatGPT is then fine-tuned to maximize this reward. It's like training a dog, except instead of treats, the reward is mathematical approval from a model trained on human preferences. ChatGPT has a crucial limitation. It can only see a fixed amount of text at once. This is called the context window. For GPT 3.5, it's about 4,000 tokens, roughly 3,000 words. GPT-4 can handle up to 128,000 tokens. Everything outside this window simply doesn't exist to the model. This is why ChatGPT forgets things from earlier in long conversations. They've fallen out of the window. It's also why it can't remember your conversation from yesterday. Each chat starts fresh, with no memory of the past. The context window is both the model's workspace and its only memory. Here's something crucial to understand. ChatGPT doesn't know what's true. It knows what sounds true. When you ask for facts, it's still just predicting probable words based on patterns. If plausible sounding false information appeared often in its training data, or if the true answer is rare, ChatGPT might confidently invent facts. It once told users about a non-existent bridge in San Francisco because bridges and San Francisco commonly appear together. These hallucinations happen because the model optimizes for fluency and plausibility, not truth. It's a prediction engine, not a database of verified facts. When you chat with ChatGPT, you're not the only one talking to it. Hidden at the start of every conversation is a system prompt. Instructions you never see that tell ChatGPT how to behave. These instructions say things like be helpful, harmless, and honest, or refuse to provide instructions for illegal activities, or you are ChatGPT made by OpenAI. The system prompt shapes every response, ensuring ChatGPT stays within safe boundaries. It's like an invisible moderator sitting in every conversation, guiding the AI's behavior before you even type your first message. Understanding ChatGPT's limits is as important as understanding its abilities. It cannot access the internet in real time. Its knowledge has a training cutoff date. It cannot truly reason. It pattern matches to things that look like reasoning. It cannot learn from your conversation permanently. Each chat is forgotten. It cannot be certain about anything. Every response is probabilistic guessing, and it cannot understand images, sounds, or the physical world directly, though newer versions are gaining some of these abilities. ChatGPT is incredibly powerful, but it's a specific tool with specific limitations, not general intelligence. So now you know the truth. ChatGPT is a massive mathematical function that predicts text one token at a time. No consciousness, no understanding, no soul, just patterns learned from human writing, refined by human feedback, producing outputs that feel remarkably intelligent. This technology is neither magic nor dangerous superintelligence. It's a powerful tool built on elegant mathematics and massive scale. Understanding how it works helps you use it better, spot its mistakes, and separate hype from reality. You're no longer just a user. You're someone who actually understands what's happening under the hood. Let's recap the 3 biggest things you learned today. First, ChatGPT works by predicting the next word over and over. It's auto-complete at an incredible scale. Second, it converts words into numbers called embeddings, processes them through transformer layers using attention, and outputs probabilities for the next token. Third, it was trained to be helpful through RLHF, but it still hallucinates because it optimizes for plausibility, not truth. If you want to go deeper, watch our next video on how AI models are actually trained. We'll explore the fascinating world of neural network training from scratch. If this video helped you understand AI better, hit subscribe and the bell icon so you never miss a Sucred Learn Hub video. Drop a comment below. What's the one thing about ChatGPT that still surprises you? I read every single comment, and your question might become our next video.